this is Laura and I am feeling fabulous. Thanks for coming back for another session of Lifestyle Medicine. Today we're talking about how the gut is your second brain. We never thought about how the gut directly interacts with the brain until rather recently. So I'm going to talk about the brain-gut axis and why do we really care about it. You know you had a party going on in your gut? I'm sure you probably didn't, unless you were having any kind of abdominal pain, cramping, or you could hear the rumblings of your gut when you eat or after you eat. But many people have no idea that they have all of this action going on in their gut. Your gut is directly linked to how we feel, our immune system, our ability to concentrate, because there are at least 1,000 types of bacteria that are located in our gut, at least 500 different types of species, and this makes up a blanket of bacteria that's in your gut, or microbiota. Microbiota is a group of bacteria. That's what that means. It's just like a blanket of bacteria that affects how you think and what your mood's like, what your immune system does. All of these things are actually controlled by your gut. That's really why we care, and they're constantly changing within our lifetime. All of these types of bacteria in our gut are mainly healthy. They're mainly good for us. It's when we do certain things that start to change how they grow, if they become abundant in certain types of bacteria, and that's when it becomes a problem. And so what affects our gut? Diets, infection, medications, as well as genetics, age, hygiene factor, strongly influence the community of bacteria that are in our colon. There's like a fine line, okay, between the interaction of the host, which is us, and the bacteria that's in our gut that affects the inflammation that causes the outcomes that we get, basically, because what we're exposed to directly affects what goes on in our body, whether it's pollution, environmental, the foods that we put in our mouth, and the water that we're exposed to. So all of those things do affect our gut. And so an increasing number of diseases like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, type 2 diabetes, obesity, allergies, which are a big thing now. Why are more people getting allergies? Their children are more allergic to foods than ever. We didn't have those same types of allergies that we have now. I think they're actually quite worse. Colorectal cancer, many of these diseases are linked to the change in our gut microbiome. So the changing in the bacteria in our gut increases the chance of these diseases. And that's the type of challenges that our gut faces. So the question is, how does our brain communicate with such an integrative system? Because it's quite remarkable how resilient our bodies are considering all the things that we're doing to it. But it does and it can catch up to us. It may not be immediate, but it might be 10 years down the line. So the brain communicates with our gut through the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous systems. The parasympathetic nervous system would be the rest and digest response, which controls digestion and relaxation. It conserves energy, slows the heart rate, increases digestion, and relaxes sphincter muscles in the digestive tract. The sympathetic nervous system is our body's fight or flight response, which prepares the body to run away from a threat by stimulating blood flow to major muscles and restricting gut motility. So the parasympathetic system is like you watching TV and relaxing, okay, giving your gut time to relax. The sympathetic system is when you're constantly rushed and there's a threat from something. So you're going to run away, and that preparation and that stress, that's what the sympathetic system does. And 90% of the cells involved in the digestive sensations carry information to the brain, actually not from it. This means that the gut can influence your mood as much as your thoughts do. Why is our lifestyle so important in healing our bodies? Our lifestyle either helps or hinders our health. Environment also plays a stronger hand than genetics. What we eat, how we sleep, exercise, maintain relationships directly affects our genes, which are turned on or off like a switch. We all have bad genes floating around our genome, but the greatest potential we have is in keeping those genes turned off. So each one of us has a potential of getting diabetes if it tends to run in the family. However, we have the ability to actually turn those genes on or off with what we're doing, with what we're eating, our stress levels. All of those things affect whether those genes turn on or off. And so you might have the predisposition for getting a disease, but it does not mean that you're going to get it. If you're eating healthier foods and you're having less stress and you know how to manage your stress well, you're getting better sleep, you're drinking a lot of water. So those things all interact with whether you get diseases or not. We have to treat the root cause, because putting a Band-Aid on something, which is for us the equivalent of giving a pill, does not do as much as the lifestyle itself. It does a percentage. There's a much higher percentage what the lifestyle can do for you, your health, versus just taking the medications. The medications are good to get you started, but in order to prevent either taking the medications or getting off the medications, That's what the nutrition and the stress management, emotional wellness, and the community that you have around you for the resilience that you need to get through hard times, because communities are a huge aspect. Having those relationships are a huge aspect of your health. The lonelier that people become and the more isolated that people become based on the lifestyles that we have currently going on, especially in the US, is detrimental to our health, because the healthiest people have the most support, whether it's, from loved ones or people that they, the communities that they've built around themselves. That's what really helps them get through the hard times. So the next time you're feeling down, it might be your gut. So don't go with your gut feeling. So this is Laura from Feeling Fabulous, and thank you for watching another episode of Lifestyle Medicine.